All right, people. Nearly 2 years ago, I told you this. I hate watching myself, so, Every time these men see women who are not covered up as per their understanding, they're going to see that it's fair game to get her. This is the reason why we're seeing this significant increase in violent sexual crimes against women in Europe. The point of this video is that this experiment has taken place in Europe and America. Don't let Australia go down the same route as Europe and America. I go to Europe every year, and I'm telling you, every year, Europe is worse than the year before. Not just because of violent crimes, but because of everything. Everything is collapsing. Social services, healthcare, infrastructure, transportation, everything is falling apart. Whereas in Australia, we haven't had this wave of uncontrolled migration. As a result, our infrastructure is working. Medicare, Centrelink, everything is in order. If we don't guard our borders, we're going to be hit harder than Europe and America. So what happened to Eileen White, we all need to make a lot of noise for it. Don't destroy Australia. Wake up before it's too late. I uploaded this video on February 11, 2024. Now, I know I said that we are not mass importing people, but we had started mass importing people in 2022. At that point, we hadn't seen the effects of it yet, or we hadn't actually heard about it. So since 2022, we've been importing nearly 500,000 people each year. And before that, before COVID, we used to bring in about 110,000 people each year, which was sustainable. People will come in, and half of them would be from the UK and New Zealand. So it was sustainable. But now, since Anthony Albanese's government, since he's a wokey, he's a lefty, a globalist, a Fabian, so they want to dismantle every single Western country and Western culture. Now, most of the people who are coming into Australia are not, the majority doesn't make up Brits and the Kiwis, which is the reason why what I told you in that video is now happening before our eyes. Similar kind of videos that, I mean, up until very recently, I used to play videos from Europe, France, Germany, Britain, where some lunatic, unhinged refugee asylum seeker is harassing a woman or stabbing someone. But as I said, it's going to start happening in Australia. Well, it's happening in Australia. Look at this. A newly arrived Pakistani immigrant, Nabil Kaisa, has been charged with 5 counts of R, 1 count of indecent assault, and 1 count of aggravated serious criminal trespass. He had just come to Australia, and he couldn't help himself. Now, the more we bring these people in, now obviously I am Pakistani too, and I've made it this far without doing anything remotely close to this. And that's not to say that every person is like that, but the more people you bring in from medieval patriarchal societies, the more chances you have of running into him. Have a look at this one. An Aussie mum has shared a video of a homeless African man she caught allegedly playing with himself in a children's playground in Adelaide. In Adelaide! So Adelaide is not safe either.
We can play in the bushland over this way for now, please.
He was playing with his own bat. He was beating his monkey. And he just walked off. Okay, now we'll look at another one. This happened here in Melbourne. Oh no, Sydney. Man accused of sexually harassing a woman on a Sydney train.
A guy was touching my back, and then the side of my body is on the train just now.
He's saying he's sorry. He's been identified as an Indian.
He's trying to get off the train now. Yeah, he's trying to get off the train now.
This station is...
Please don't go. Can you stay here? Like, you touched me. Why are you going? You think I won't say anything? Stop running.
Look, he's good. He's dressed in professional clothes. He obviously finished his shift in an office or something. She tried to chase him.
Someone stop him, please. Someone stop him, please. Someone stop him, please. He was touching me. Someone stop him. Can you help me, please? Is that guard?
You know why nobody stopped him? Because it's a high trust society. People are not racist. So people don't see, oh, brown man running, white woman chasing. Therefore, let's just look out for our own white person, because these are high trust societies. And that's why I say that our governments are making our countries more tribal, and consequently, they will become racist because, well, at the end of the day, you got to look out for your own people. You got to look out for your own survival. And as I said, this is going to happen, and it's happening. I have literally played hundreds of these videos in Europe. These people will just sexually assault a woman. You've heard the news. It's happening, guys. It's happening in Australia, and it won't stop because Anthony Albanese, a woke lefty, lunatic, globalist, Fabian, pathetic prime minister, Australia's worst prime minister, doesn't care. Just like Keir Starmer doesn't care. Just like all these other politicians don't care. They just keep flooding high trust societies with third world migrants, horny medieval barbarians from societies that are completely different from Western societies. That's going to keep happening. And this behavior, this phenomenon, this idea of flooding countries with primitive cultures is giving rise to ethno-nationalism. Ethno-nationalists are not popular. I don't think there's any mainstream ethno-nationalist political party. Restore Britain is not ethno-nationalist. Reform is definitely not ethno-nationalist. Reform is not even right-wing. One Nation is not ethno-nationalist. But in all of our countries, I am seeing a sudden rise in ethno-nationalist commentators and activists who think that all non-white people should be deported because of this. Because immigration used to be about attract the best and the brightest, and anyone crosses the proverbial line will be deported, will not be given the privilege in a free Western society. But that is not happening anymore. We have seen what our judges are doing. Our judges are letting rapists, migrant rapists, walk free because they know that if that creates a criminal record for them, then they will be deported. I just don't understand. I just don't understand what kind of an ideology would sign its own death warrant. It just doesn't make any sense. But we have these woke judges and politicians